So the difference between Christian theology about God and Muslim theology about God boils down to the key characteristic. The key characteristic of God in the Christian faith is love. The key characteristic of Allah in the Islamic faith is his power, his sovereignty. Why is he worth worshipping? Why is he worth worshipping? There you go. You've just said it again. You agree with me. Yeah. He's not a liar. You're calling your book a liar. He's just quoting your book at you. You called him a liar for quoting your book. A leaf falls off a tree. Who causes the leaf to fall to the ground?
Nothing what happens in the universe but by the will of God.
So if my Quran falls to the floor, does that happen because of the will of Allah?
Of course.
I am not shaking your hand.
See you lying again.
Wow. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. It dropped from his pocket.
Yeah. It dropped out of your pocket, man.
Yeah, and who's responsible for that? Me or Allah? Who's responsible for the fact that the Quran
It's
fell out of my
your
pocket?
responsibility. You don't care.
No.
You didn't take care of
Who
it.
caused it to fall?
And what did you do?
I put the Quran in my pocket.
I
didn't drop it on the floor.
You're the guy. Listen to this. You're the guy that dropped the Quran. Just remember, he's the guy that drops the Quran in it. Just remember that. So that's why I am not going to shake it. That's why I'm not going to shake his hand in it. Simple as that.
If you're walking and you don't have the intention
Nah, bro. It's your responsibility, bro.
and you don't have the intention to trip up, but you trip up and you fall down. Did Allah cause you to fall down?
You not paying your own attention made you fall down.
Did Allah cause you to fall down?
No,
So
he
Allah
didn't.
did not
And I
create
don't
the
believe in
action
that.
of falling.
He did, but doesn't mean
There
he
you go.
caused it.
There you go. Allah created the action of falling. There you go.
Right, thank you.
Okay, so is Jesus the God? Okay, no, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
The thing is, guys, this guy is so irate. He actually has to lie about it. He has to actually lie
I
about
didn't
it.
even take what he said.
Now,
then. I asked
the thing is, if I wanted to chuck the Quran on the floor, make no mistake, I would have done it. Right? But I didn't.
But then it's
I didn't. No, listen. We were in the midst of the conversation. I was changing books and I put the Quran in my pocket with the thought that it was deep enough. Now, granted, maybe right? And then it fell out. Now, here's the thing. If someone lies about someone, do they have to prove it? Right, yes.
Yes.
He has accused me of doing something on purpose. Ask him to produce his proof.
Now, how can you? 1 minute it's in your hand.
Okay,
The next minute
wait.
it's on the
What
floor.
proof do you have? What proof do you have that you didn't drop it on purpose?
Yes, the
What's
camera.
your proof that you didn't drop it?
The camera. Yeah, that it wasn't intentional. Because if I put it in my pocket, right, rather than just chuck it on the
It just shows
floor,
us
then what that means is I don't have the intention to chuck it on the floor. It means that I put it in my, yes, exactly.
It means you weren't
Exactly.
self-aware, but that does now
Exactly.
not mean-
Self-aware.
but that-
Exactly.
So then what's
You've
your
got me on
argument
that.
with Allah coming to this?
Right.
That's what
So
I'm talking about.
if I am not
Because I
self,
already told you we don't
Great,
believe in that.
great,
so if
brilliant.
You tell me I do, doesn't count.
so let me,
that's
so
what
let
I'm-
me, how does this apply? So to answer your question directly. So my conscious decision was to put the Quran in my pocket so I could get it later as part of the argument because I was switching books. I did not cause by my action for the Quran to fall on the floor. Allah is the one who caused the
You
action.
not being self-aware was the action.
Did Allah create my lack of self-awareness?
So then,
Wait, I
if
have
with
one
your
question.
logic, Allah's created a test for us where He's already made the answers for us to follow,
Yeah.
which is not what we believe in. So
Yeah.
the answer's wrong.
Did Allah
don't even know
create
Islam.
the action of the Quran falling on the floor?
No, you
No,
did.
you did. You just created that.
So I participated in an act of
Your
creation.
body and everything did it.
So
It
I
was your-
If I
participated.
clap,
your
I
choice.
created the clap. My human
You
hands
create the clap.
Yes.
Is that shirk?
So did Allah?
Who's the creator?
So did Allah tell you to
Oh my
preach
God.
Christianity?
Do you even know what shirk means? What does shirk mean? Tell me.
Shirk
This guy doesn't
means,
even know what it
yeah,
means.
shirk means, yeah.
What does shirk
Shirk means to worship one other than Allah.
That can
It
create
means,
something
shirk also
physical.
means to give the attributes of Allah to someone other than Allah.
Yeah.
Shirk also means to deny the sovereignty of Allah. The sovereignty of Allah over all things. Is that the definition of shirk?
Yes.
There you go.
So
So I do know.
So who gave us free will?
Well, I
So,
don't.
no, simple question. Who
Hold
gave
on.
us free will?
Hold on
I'm
one
gonna
second.
do what you just did, but I'll reply back to you. Who gave
Yeah.
us free will?
Okay, so granted.
Yes or no,
What-
please.
No, let me
He's not
finish.
answering.
I didn't give
answer
you
the
hard
question.
answers. Don't do it back in, or else I don't even want to have
Okay,
this conversation.
assuming the idea of free will is intrinsic within Islam, which I don't necessarily agree, but assuming that it is, then obviously you would say Allah gave us free will.
And that's what we believe in as Muslims.
Right.
So, with that being said, does free will not play a part in you choosing the will that God gave you? So it's not
Yes.
God doing it to you; it's you using the free will that God gave you.
Right, but
So
now
you've
I'm
got to
no. Hold on
reword
one
the way you
second.
say it.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, carry
Hold
on.
on one second.
Go on.
So we all agree that what happened was that I put the Quran in my pocket, and then without my will being involved,
It
the
wasn't
Quran
God.
fell on
I
the
can't
floor.
agree
You
with
put
that.
the
No,
will
no,
to
no.
put it inside, right?
Yeah, put it inside.
So you took the risk of it falling out as well because you didn't put it in
And
properly.
yes,
So it's your fault then.
but who
not
caused
God's.
it to fall out?
Your lack of self-awareness. That's it.
No,
Allah's gravity did that.
Allah's gravity did
That's
that.
a base of opinion. That's how
Allah
so you-
creates each event.
Because bro, if I put
Your
look
deen
at your phone,
teaches
yeah,
that
if
Allah
falls out your
creates each
pocket,
event.
is that God's fault?
So if I don't make the choice to put the Quran on the floor,
Gravity pushes it down.
but then through a series of accidents the Quran ends up on the floor, Allah is the one that created those series of accidents.
Why doesn't Allah protect his word with like rubber?
Do you believe in determinism or not?
Okay, wait, I have a question. Do you believe in
Wait.
God? Do you believe in God?
Yes, of course.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
What's you lot?
Do you believe in determinism? Do you believe in determinism?
So then what you're
I
saying
agree
applies the same way with your
that God was the
Like,
one responsible for the Quran falling on the
how does it
floor.
work with your God? Go on.
I agree.
You don't have the
I am
answer.
saying that I agree. I am agreeing with my statement that God was responsible for the Quran
How's it
falling
work?
on
You
the
didn't ask me
floor.
nothing, my nigga. How's it work for you?
I disagree with that statement. That statement.
Is it part of Islamic deen to believe in determinism?
Free speech. Free speech.
Is it part of Islamic deen to believe in determinism?
Yes. In predestination.
What does determinism even mean?
Predestination. Is it part of Islamic deen to believe in predestination?
That something's been set in motion from before. Like
That
like
Allah is the
destiny, you're talking
one.
about
That
destiny.
Allah is the one who sets out your destiny.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go.
Okay, wait.
So Allah destined my absence of mind so that the Quran would fall on the floor.
If a terrorist comes in and kills everyone, are you saying that Allah planned for that to happen?
I am saying that
saying God planned for
I am
for the
saying
murder.
that in your
That's the
religion.
person's free will. That's
No,
not
let
God.
me answer. You asked me a question.
Yeah.
Let me answer it.
Okay, answer it.
I am saying if we believe Islam, the answer to that question is yes. If we believe in Christianity, the answer to that question is no.
What's the difference? Why though? Why?
Right, brilliant
Let's see what he
question.
said, let's see what he
Brilliant question. So the difference between Christian theology about God and Muslim theology about God boils down to the key characteristic. The key characteristic of God in the Christian faith is love. The key characteristic of Allah in the Islamic faith is his power, his sovereignty. That's the key characteristic. That he wills and it is.
It's not that. It's not
No,
Let him finish. Let's see what he says.
so in the Christian faith, because God loves you, he wants you to be a free creature
Who is God
so
in
that
your
you
religion?
come to him.
That's the best question.
One second. Let me answer your first question.
Let me answer it.
Yeah, let me answer your first question.
Carry on.
So in the Christian faith, God creates you a free agent because he wants you to freely accept him and enter into a loving relationship. But in Islam, the whole point of creation is a demonstration of Allah's power.
Is it?
Yes. The whole point of creation, according to Islam, is Allah is demonstrating his power and sovereignty. Because that is a demonstration of his majesty. You need to go away and read your own books
No,
more,
I'm just
bro.
letting you finish. I'm not agreeing with anything.
We're
you
not
said.
disagreeing
I'm
until
just
you're done
letting you talk,
talking.
'cause he said don't
Because then
interrupt.
you're
Okay,
gonna say don't interrupt.
so I'm done.
So you're done. Okay, so give me one proof where it says in the Quran that's the reason that he created us. Show me one proof.
Surah 10-100.
What?
Surah 10-100.
Get it out there, let me see.
Bring it out.
So you're saying that the only reason of our creation is for him to demonstrate his power. That's what you're saying. That's what it says in the Quran. He's got a
Oh,
Quran.
not those exact words. It says, I don't
No.
That
That's what
was
it
his
said.
words, not yours. Those were his words.
So you want those exact words?
At least similar. At least similar. It has to at least be similar.
Read the Quran.
It can't be completely off.
What reference did you give?
It was Surah 10-100. That was
Let's
about
have a look.
predestination. Right?
Let's have a look.
Definitely not going to say this.
Surah 10:100. Okay.
Oh, I couldn't even hear you.
No soul can believe except by the will of Allah.
So it's Allah's will. He predestines everything.
And he will place doubt on those who will not understand. Okay.
So
No,
Allah
I-
causes doubt on
That
those
didn't
who
prove
don't
nothing.
understand.
Well, I mean,
Your point was the whole religion was created for him to prove his power. How
Well,
did
that
that quote
shows
just
Allah's
prove that?
predestination.
How did that
That
quote
all
just prove
things
that?
are
That doesn't
different.
prove that. Oh, that's a whole
Didn't
different
prove
thing.
anything. That's
That's
you took out
just
one
the
section
facts. Why
without
that-
giving the
why that
context
verse?
of the surah,
Did you
and
hear
now
what
want to
the
give
verse
us a
said?
statement.
We
Yeah,
did,
I
yeah, we did.
And tell me how that
And
proves
it's
that
by
our
Allah's
religion
will
is based
anybody
off that.
believes in your religion.
Say that again.
It's by Allah's will anybody.
I mean, this is a particular example of the argument, but it's a particular example in that you're using it specifically about will.
Yeah.
But it's
it makes
talking.
sense that
But
Allah can guide, he guides everybody
but the
with will.
thesis,
All wills
the
are based on
thesis,
Allah.
the
Obviously,
thesis
a universal
is
law.
that the whole of creation is a demonstration of Allah's power and majesty. So I would say that we look at Al-Malik. Al-Malik. So if we go to Surah 15:23, yeah, because yours is a particular application, but it's very specific.
So this is even though it
Wasn't
makes
right.
sense, like,
Yeah.
it's clearly
Doubting
Allah's
those that
will,
don't
it tells
understand.
everything. But okay.
Means that he's the most powerful. What the hell?
It makes no sense.
Bro,
And verily, it is we who give life
that's what he
and
said.
who give death. It is we who remain inheritors. So, Allah is giving life, He is giving death. Why is He doing that?
He's the creator.
But why is He creating?
Because life is a test.
Exactly.
Going through the test. So to go to the real afterlife, you have to die.
A test to what?
A test of where you're going to go.
Right?
Same way you guys
Why
believe.
does He want to test you?
Because you have to find out who's going to follow the will and the word of Allah and who isn't.
And why is that important?
Because it shows power to Allah and who followed Him and who didn't.
Did you just hear yourself?
What do you mean that I hear myself? It showed.
It just, he just.
It wasn't.
I agree.
Why
It
would
makes
you not follow
sense.
your creator?
No, hold on
Context
one
you said.
second. Hold on one second.
It wasn't in the context
Hold on
you
one
said.
second.
My point didn't
Hold on one
justify your
second.
point, that's what I'm trying to
People
say.
can make their own decision.
Go on.
But allow me to reply. Because what you just said, what tripped out of your own
Didn't
words.
trip out, I meant to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go on.
So it was about His power.
Yeah?
There you go. Yes.
He's worth.
Yes.
he's
There
worth-
you go.
he's
You are
worth-
agreeing.
he's worth-
So that's the point that I was
No, but
making.
the whole point that we're making
And
is
now you
opposite
explain to
yours.
us why that's wrong.
Opposite.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
literally just made
You're
the
saying
same
the only
point.
reason he
Can we
created
all
us
agree?
was arrogance and power. That's what you're
If we
trying
all
to say.
agree-
No, arrogance did not trip out of my words. Arrogance did not trip out of my words.
Explain to me why
From them
worshiping-
agree, and we all agree.
We all agree.
Then we just
We all agree.
You agree
Speak
that
for
Allah?
yourself,
No,
speak
you
for
agree that
yourself. I
Allah?
don't agree. I don't agree with anything.
You agreed.
Hear what he said, didn't
You agreed.
We didn't hear anything.
I really
He said
hope
we
you
all
got that
agree
on
because he
microphone.
does the debate going on.
I really hope you got that on the microphone.
He said it differently. I don't agree with what he said.
Let's do it again.
Do you stand by what you said to him?
I stand by what I said. I don't stand
So
by
you
what
agree?
he said. No, I
Yes.
don't. He didn't make the same
You
point.
just agreed with
You
me.
agree with what you said?
What was my
You
point?
agree with what you said?
What was my
What I
point?
said wasn't
You
what he
agree
said.
with what you said?
What I
What-
said
what was-
It's what you say you agree with, right?
wasn't what he
What
said.
was my
you
point?
said
You
you
can
agree
play the
with.
record back, my nigga. What I said wasn't what he said.
Yeah, we will. We will. We will.
No, brother, wait, let me
Whoa,
ask you
whoa.
a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. So first, he said that Allah created us to show off His power, right?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
or no? Yes.
Allah
It's a
don't
demonstration
Allah
of His
don't show
power.
off. Allah don't.
It wasn't
Allah
a
don't.
demonstration
Not
of
show off.
power. We worship
Allah
him.
That's not the
create.
point. That's
Allah
not the point.
create
Yes.
everything.
And why is it important to worship
He's
Him?
worth worshiping.
That's what he said.
Why-
Yes or no? That's what I'm saying.
Why is He
I don't
worth
know if you were-
worshipping?
I don't know if you were here.
The most powerful.
Why is He worth worshipping?
Because he's the
That's
most
what he
powerful.
said.
There you go.
that's
You've
the
just
point.
said it again.
That was the point you made.
You agree with
You
me.
made, so there's nothing
That
wrong
is
with
exactly the point that I
You
made.
brought an argument up.
Then
That
maybe
was
you
the point
didn't
made.
understand the point I
Because he said
made.
it differently.
Maybe
That's
you
the
didn't
whole
understand the
point.
point
He
I
said it
made.
in different ways. That's the whole
Okay.
point.
His whole
I'm
point
not
is
gonna
different.
understand
Right.
him.
No, it's identical. He's just agreed with what I
You
said.
said that God created us for power. He's saying it's for
What?
a test.
He just
It's two
agreed
different
with
things.
Yeah, I know he did.
He's
He
agreeing
said,
with
God,
you.
he said God created us
Hold
because
on,
he's the
hold
most
on.
powerful.
Yes.
To show off His power. Yeah, that's what you said.
And why is the test there? Why the test?
The test is to see who will heaven and who
No,
will
And
hell.
why is that
Serve
important?
him.
I've got a question
And
for you.
keep
I've
it.
answered
All
the
right.
question.
Okay. People can
Why is it
decide
a
for
problem
themselves.
to worship the most powerful?
Okay. So, firstly, I have never said that it's a problem to worship the most powerful. I've never said that.
The whole time you just said that's the point of Islam and you try to prove Islam wrong.
No, you're not following the argument. So let me just recap you because you've not kept up with the
I
argument.
just want to have the answer.
What I said
You're going to
was,
answer my question.
what I said was, I will answer your question.
I don't want to hear
Let me
this.
listen. Let me listen. Listen.
He's changing.
Let me listen.
Bro, one more
Listen.
answer per time, I'm going to ask if you don't
Let me listen.
What
Are you going to answer
Let
the
me
question?
listen. Are you
You're gonna answer the
listening?
question.
Are you
I'm
listening?
not listening. Are you going to answer the question?
He's not listening. Said that there was a problem in worshipping the most powerful. All that I pointed out was that the principal property in Islamic theology about Allah is Allah's power,
It's not.
and the principal property of the God of the Christian faith is God's love. And that theology makes for a different, very different religion.
God is all love. God is all powerful.
I never denied any of that.
Exactly. So
I never denied any of
God is
that.
all loving then. Why are you mentioning power?
If you remember, it's because it's because you asked me a question, remember? You asked me a question. The reason why we went down this tangent, the reason why we went down this tangent is because you asked me the question about a terrorist coming in and killing people in this park, and I replied to your question by saying if we believe in Islam, it is Allah's fault. If we believe in Christianity, it isn't God's fault. And then you said, why? And that's why I answered the question. You see, I've remembered every stage of this conversation. You have not been
I'm
listening.
glad you did because your
We
point
both
on
remembered
his
all of that, but your answer doesn't answer our point.
You saying it's Allah's fault if a
One of the
terrorist
names of
comes
Allah
into
is
the
Allah.
How does that make
Yeah.
sense? Because he said it's between
Yeah.
It doesn't say
He's not a liar. You're calling your book a liar. He's just quoting your book at you. You called him a liar for quoting your book. So it's your book you're calling a liar.
It's Al-Aziz, which means the Almighty. That's what it says.
drink. You want a drink?
All I'm saying
One of the names of Allah is Al-Aziz, right? The Almighty.
I didn't hear what you said.
One
How
of
we
the
doing,
names
mate?
of Allah,
Yeah, good to see you.
the divine attributes, one of the names of Allah is Al-Aziz, the Almighty. That's one of his names.
How was that translated?
What do you mean? What was it?
Means Almighty. He gave you the
I don't
translation.
get the point you're trying to make.
what does
here.
that
What's the
mean?
point?
So wait,
One of his divine names is Al-Aziz. That means that proves
we
the point.
didn't deny
His
us
book,
worshiping him
Allah is
because
powerful.
we don't deny worshiping because he's
guys,
the most powerful.
guys, wait.
That's the reason we
Can I
worship
just tell you what's
His
happening
point
here?
was-
We've
it's
all
not
got
about-
stuck
he's
down
trying
a
to
rabbit
back your
hole.
point. We're not in a rabbit
He,
hole.
and he has backed to my point. We've all got stuck down a rabbit
We're
hole
not
and we've
stuck.
forgotten the
We're
main
not-
topic
we're
of
not
conversation.
stuck. I'm talking about on his point.
Can we go back to the main topic of
So
conversation?
your
Sort of
answer-
change the point.
Can we go back to the main topic of conversation?
Your answer to his question about terrorist bombing here today and down to the two religions, if it was Islam was right, it was
Yeah.
Allah's fault, but if it was Christianity, it wasn't Christianity's fault. My answer to that is, that answer to his question is not right in my opinion because of the fact that the word free will still applies. So if a terrorist did come here today, it wasn't Allah who sent him, he came here by his own
You're
free
choosing
will.
and picking.
Okay.
where to
That's
apply
why
free
I
will.
don't agree with the fact that you said if
So
it
now
was
you're
Islam,
opinion-based from
it's
this
Let-
side.
let-
Opinion
Allah's
based.
fault.
'Cause you've-
If it's Christianity, we believe in love. so we have
You've
nothing to do
forgotten the main point
It
of the
makes no
question.
point. It makes no
Let
sense.
me just cut
He
to the
wants to retrace
chase.
back in the limbo retrace.
Let me just come back to the question. Okay, that bird is about to fly off that tree, and there's a leaf that's going to fall off one of these trees.
There's no bird. There's no bird.
Right? There is a bird. It's literally
It's just
there.
an example. It doesn't matter if there's a bird
Literally
there.
there.
It doesn't
Carry
matter
on,
if there's
Yeah,
a bird there.
you know, like
I didn't see it, I
you're
didn't
so
see it.
quick to go. Oh, he's lying.
No,
I
it
didn't
doesn't
see
matter,
it, I
just
didn't
carry on,
see
it
it.
doesn't
Right?
matter.
Who causes the leaf to fall to the ground according to Islam?
The bird.
Did you say the bird was sat on the?
No, listen to the question. A leaf falls off a tree.
Yeah.
Who causes the leaf to fall to the ground?
Nothing what happens in the universe, but by the will of God.
There you go.
By the will
Right.
of God.
So if my Quran falls to the floor, does that happen because of the will of Allah?
Of course.
There you go. Thank you very much.
wrong with that?
End of
What's wrong
debate.
with that? What's wrong
There
with
you go.
No, but what's wrong with that?
There you go. No, we agree. I agree. I agree with you completely. I agree with you completely. There you go. What Muslims just told you.
We didn't agree with anything. I said I don't agree with stuff.
Well, you don't agree with him, so now you should debate him. Why is it you don't want to debate him? He said exactly the same thing.
Bro, the guy coming to help us is on their side.
So let's get this straight.
That's what I'm saying. Do you get me?
Let's get this straight. Right?
Balance all things and has fixed their destinies. That's what it says in Surah 86.
Read it again.
Let me get it up for you.
Yeah.
So it's just on
He's
here.
saying, but listen, bro.
It's 87 to 3. I need to get
God's fault.
That's what you're agreeing
No,
with.
no,
Yeah, it's 87
He
to
said
3.
it.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's done by, it's by the will of God. How can it be God's fault?
God being involved doesn't mean it's his fault, and that's the point he's
How
trying
can
to
it
make.
be God's fault?
Exactly. So him telling you you're disagreeing with us doesn't make
No, I'm
mean
not
anything.
disagreeing with you. I agree
He's still
with
on
you.
our side.
I agree
Right,
with you.
can we just describe
There's a
what...
difference between
Wait.
being the one in
Wait.
control and being the one who done it.
Okay, listen. Sorry, Surah 87? 2 to 3. Which translation is that? Okay, so this is the one that...
No, do the Arabic.
I'm
Wait,
Surah
give us the
2 to
context.
3.
do the Arabic.
It says, exalt the name of your Lord the Most High, who created and proportioned, and who destined, and then guided, and who brings out the pasture, and then makes it black stubble. We will make you recite, and you will not forget, except what Allah would will. Indeed, He knows what is declared and what is hidden.
Right, so
Okay? So Allah is responsible for the color of the grass. Your brother in Islam agreed with what I
He
said.
didn't.
No?
He didn't.
Let's go back.
That's your opinion.
One second.
He didn't.
One
That's your
second.
opinion.
What did I agree to first of all?
Exactly.
Right.
Go.
Rephrase that.
So what I said
You're
was-
trying to say it in a trickery way.
What I said
I
was,
just explained it to him and he doesn't agree
so
with
what I said was, I put the Quran in my pocket
Yeah.
and it fell to the floor.
So you're saying it's Allah's fault?
I'm saying Allah created the action of the Quran falling to the floor,
it.
yes.
It's still your fault.
It was you though.
Just because he created the action and you used it doesn't mean it's now his fault.
Okay. Let me give you another example. Yeah. A man kills an ex-man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Whose fault is it?
We're not talking about human
no,
will.
No.
Give you an
This is an
example.
example.
You
You're
can give one as well.
You're giving an
Let's say
example.
your
I'm giving
corner,
one
we can
too.
Yeah.
A man kills an ex-man. A man kills your mother. Yeah. Right. Is it God's fault? Is it Jesus' fault? Or was it the man's fault?
Am I answering as a Muslim or as a Christian?
No, as
yourself.
yourself.
Then as a Christian, I would say it's the man's fault.
Okay, so
Wait, so
We
it's not
believe in
God's
the
fault.
same.
Right.
We believe the same.
So-
You
so-
don't-
as a
you
so-
don't pick and choose how to our religion works.
Can I jump in here?
No. It's not about fault. It's about decree,
Free will.
Decree,
and effect,
cause, and effect.
and free will.
And free will, right,
so
brilliant.
So to say it's God's fault.
1 second.
Come
Right.
on, man.
Wait. Can I reply now?
No.
Guys, I'm
He's not
going...
done, he's not done yet. He's not done. Wait, he's not done.
Go on, bro. Go on.
To say it's God's will, then you got to apply all that to Jesus as well, haven't you?
Okay, I agree.
Exactly.
It was the will of Jesus Christ that the Quran fell to the floor. I totally agree.
And if a Bible falls to the floor,
Right.
whose will is it then?
That would also be Jesus' fault.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what's the problem?
So
then?
now let me answer the
But
question.
even his Lord,
Let me answer the
he's not
question.
either.
Right, if you're just going to interrupt, I just end up shouting in the whole...
Don't shout.
So, guys, listen. Wait, are you not even listening? Okay, I'll just talk to the camera then, because they're not listening. Right, so they don't want to listen to what I've got to say, so I'll just talk to the camera. Yeah? Right? So basically, the Muslim said, notice, did you hear the word fault? Whose fault it was? It was someone's fault. What is a fault in this context? The context of fault in this context is a willful decision. So someone makes a choice. So according to Islam and according to the Muslim, Allah is the one who made the choice that the Quran should fall to the floor, not me. So whose fault is it? Because I tried to put the Quran safely in my pocket, but Allah chose that it should fall to the floor. No, the brother goes and he says, well, you Christians believe the same. He's absolutely right. We really do believe the same. Yahweh was responsible for the Quran falling to the floor. Now, what's really intelligent, and I hope you caught this, is that when the Muslim said what I said, the other Muslim had no problem with it. And he said, I've got no problem when he says it because he's a Muslim. But when you say as a Christian, I have a problem. Now, furthermore, fault requires a willful decision. So it was Allah's willful decision, according to Muslims, for this Quran to fall to the floor. I am guilty of absent-mindedness. Yes, I agree my fault, because I have free will, according to the Christian worldview. But it was God's fault, God's decision for his book to fall to the floor, and the Muslims can't accept that Allah willed his book to fall for the floor.
Finito.
There we go.
Yes! I done my job.
Guys,
And on that note,
Islam is intellectually busted. You need to leave Islam. It doesn't stack up to criticism. And Muslims can't make any intelligent criticism of Christianity. As we caught on camera, the only criticism that they can marshal against the Christian faith is to lie. Taqiyya. Okay, I'm really done now. Really done now.